how do you negotiate a conflict between two individuals, whether it be in your family or in the organization, in your company, or between two parties, between two organizations? As a leader, how do you step in and negotiate, resolve that conflict? So it begins by you being able to help each of the parties, whether it be individuals or organizations or companies. You help them by seeing some positives in each other. And I was at a community not so long ago. I'm not going to mention the name. And these two organizations, masjids, you could call it, they were having conflict for many years now. Now, I was able to help them get started in this negotiation of resolution of conflict. Not resolve it, this is a decade-long problem, but at least get the C started. And what did I do to get the C started are these few steps. And step number one of that was to help them see some positive in each other. Same exact way, just last week, I run a group. It's a group counseling, and these are folks dealing with their life challenges and so forth. And what happened was we had a new member in the group. And what was problematic was that this person, this is random folks, right? They're in this treatment group, therapy group, and one of them that joined last week happens to be someone that knows someone else in the group, and they have had a conflict in the past. So now all of a sudden they come to my office and they're sitting for a group session, and all of a sudden, whoa, I know him from somewhere else, right? And they're all working on addiction, right? But now I have this element in the group which I have to tackle, because if they have conflict, I will not be able to run the group effectively, do the effective group therapy work, coaching work, whatever else, help them together. It's not going to work because the team is not in a good state. And so I had to do these steps. So number one of that is helping them see the positives in each other. So as much as you hate the person, especially when there's a conflict, when there is a misunderstanding, when there is a decade-long, year-long, month-long issue, oftentimes we start to make the other person the enemy. So your job as a leader, when you step in between two people, whether it be in your family, whether it be in your organization, is to start to see good in each person. Whether it be you talking to the person directly, right? And of course, there's some setup work you need to do, which is go there, sit down, separate the individuals, talk to them and listen to them. Sometimes even together. Okay, you tell me your story. Okay, you tell me your story. Right? And as you're doing that, you have to sort of force them and influence them to be able to bring out one or two positives. Okay, I know you have a lot of conflict with him, but in the past, have you had anything that worked out with this person? No, nothing. It was always like this. No, please. I want you to be honest with yourself and be honest with and me. What were some positives that you had with this person? What were things that did work out? In the past, did you guys get along at least for a minute? And you do that, right? Or you chip in the positive. So when I was at the organization and I spoke at both of these masjids, what I did was in my talks I slipped in positives. I say, it's amazing because I remember hearing good things from you guys about the work that they do here, or that you two are the only big centers in this city, and get them to sort of start to see the positive light, right? And along with that, number two, get them to a common ground, right? So help them see that they're on the same mission. So whether it be these two individuals put in on the side, look, I know we work for the same company. Oh, I know we're in the same team in the organization. Oh, I know we're all families. You just sort of put this in the middle, right? You slip that in. And then you have to be able to help each party, number three, be able to share their opposite side. So actually, I was able to do this in the therapy group because it's a setting, right, where I was able to have them tell me the other person's story. So I do this all the time for example, in marriage coaching or counseling, where both party comes in and they're upset, infuriated with each other, and I tell them, okay, stop for a moment. Why don't you tell me? I want you to act like you're her, and I want you to act like you're him. Okay, just play along. I know you're not him. I know you're not her, but I want you to be a good actor, good actress, and just tell me again what the problem was. And they at first I don't know. I don't know why they think this way, right? And you sort of help them say it from this side, right? So when you're sitting down with this person from an organization, you go, okay, I know you two having an issue, but can you tell me? Can you just play along with me as to why you think they might be saying this? So why don't you be this person? And I know some of you listen to this and be like, how am I going to get that person to do that? Well, because you have to do the setup work. The setup work is you have to be able to build that trust, that the good sense of spirit, and that rapport with that person before you step in. If you step in as a leader and you try to use your power, I'm going to resolve this conflict between you two because I have the authority, because I'm the president. That's not going to work. You have to build that love, that care, and that person has to think, you know what, this person wants to resolve it because of a good reason. You know what, I want this team to work. What I told the group was, look, guys, we're going to be together for 6 months working on addiction. We have to get along. We have to be in a better place. You go into a masjid community, and I was there within the two organizations. I said, look, guys, you acknowledge the issue, right? So you lay it out. So sometimes you have to spell it out. So once you hear this side, hear that side, as part of your step 1, 2, and 3, you lay it out with them. Like, look, this is what the issue is. I told, listen, this community, I know you guys have been at each other's throat for a long time. Let's be honest here. Let's not sugarcoat anything. That's what's been going on. But I have a feeling, and that you guys are the only two big centers in this community, and you have to make this work. We're facing big issues, so you set up a common threat or a common goal. And the common threat between these two communities was that both of them were losing their youth, right? Both of them had issues where the youth were going off, leaving Islam, or they were non-practicing. And so I pointed out, I spoke at this masjid, I spoke at that masjid within the span of same weekend, and I pointed out, look, you both having the same issue. You guys are facing the same enemy. You're both losing your next generation, right? And when I said that, they felt like, okay, we're part of the same team now, all right? I hate their guts because I don't like their, I don't want to mention in details in this video what the issue was, dealing with aqidah and fiqh and things like that. I said, look, you guys both disagree on these things, but look, you guys have a common problem. You gotta have a common goal, which is your young people that's leaving the centers. So you guys gotta do something together, because the young people that you have, both of these parties, they all have the same goal. They all know each other, right? So I was able to get them started by going in this route. Whether it be in a family, being able to say that, look, we're part of the same family. Look at this. Your conflict is affecting your kids, because look, the cousins are not getting along because the uncles are not getting along. Do you really want that for your children? Your children to grow up not meeting up with half of the family because you don't like that person over there? Maybe it's time to get along. And in this step number 3, as you are helping them build that similar vision and that similar goal, also having them understand, look, you can agree to disagree. You don't have to really agree with this person, but we can come to terms as far as, okay, we can agree, disagree, and find a common ground that we can work with, right? And that's how you negotiate a conflict between two individuals or two parties. You begin by helping them see some positives in each other, right? Even I've done, working with, for example, family. I will speak to the teenager. I'll go, okay, tell me one good thing about your mom. I know you hate her guts. What's one thing that she's like, you know what? She does care, right? I know she overcares sometimes, but she sacrifices a lot for us. Okay, I got it. Good. Okay, I note it down. Then I get the mother in. I say, can you give me one positive about your son? No, he just doesn't listen. I say one positive. You know what? He's pretty intelligent. He does well in school. I said, you know what, that's very amazing. I feel this guy. I said, that's very amazing, because your son, I just saw him. He told me that, you're such a caring person. And then I meet the son again. I go, you know what, your mom said you're pretty intelligent. And that's all I say. So I'm sort of helping them see the positive. And actually, even in our tradition, in our faith, in Islam, that it's allowed, when you're trying to mend ties, allowed to even sometimes puff things up a little bit. Say some positive about each other, right? That's even allowed. And so being able to do that, and then being able each other to see each other's perspective. Not that you're going to agree with it, and you do that by forcing them to see the other side, right? And then being able to see a future, a plan together. And so in companies, you go in, two departments are having conflict, right? You sit both of the teams down, right? 5 members here, 5 members here. They're all going at each other's throat because they fight for funding, whatever. And you give them 2 chart paper, and you tell them, listen, what is your goal that you're trying to achieve for the company? What is the goal that you're trying to achieve for the company? And I do this even with couples, right? And as they come in my office, I go, okay, what in the world do you want out of this marriage, right? You go in your corner, write down. And they bring it back. And I said, look, you both got the same goal. This 2 department, or these 2 individuals in the masjid board, I tell them, look, you both want the same thing. You both are in the masjid board. You both want the best for the community. You guys have the same goal. You guys are the same damn team, right? And so you help them see that, and then you associate them with a project that they can work on together. Not just in all talks and then hug and kiss and shake hands, but also then assign a project. This is where you go above and beyond as a leader who will negotiate the conflict. You tell them, okay, I want you to agree, disagree, and then now they can come to terms with each other and you get the same goal in the same team. Let's make it work. And then you guys now are two teams together. All right. So if you're a team leader, at your organization, at your MSA, these two individuals having conflict, I would assign them on the same project. Figure it out. Fight it out. Do whatever it needs. But you guys will figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So have these two people. Assign them the same project. So look, I know you in the marketing, I know you in finance, but I want you to combine. You both are doing a project together. That's it. You figure it out. You fume, you do whatever at each other, but you get it done. And so you assign them a project that they can both party. And that's why, you know what happens, sometimes I have families and they would come in and would have the son is with the mother and the daughter is with and I shift the roles. I make the daughter be part of the father's team, and I do a little activity in my office, and and in a grander scale, in a company, you set up a new project, a new initiative that you sort of shuffle the team and put the enemies together, right? Because you did the pre-work. You let them see the positive in each other, because nobody is pure evil, nobody is pure angel, right? And then number two, you help them see the other side's perspective, even if they agree or disagree. And then you showed them that they have a common ground, and then you assign a project to cement this negotiation.